Welcome back, Western Boone Radio, where the halls may be chilly, but the conversation always stays warm. I'm Carly.
And I'm River.
I'm Crystal.
And I'm Tristan.
Today we're tackling something a lot of students and even adults deal with at this time of year, the winter blues. Shorter days, cold weather, and being stuck inside can really affect our mood and energy.
So we invited someone who knows a thing or two about keeping spirits up, Mrs. Wilbur. She's here to share some helpful tips for staying positive during the winter months.
Miss Wilbur, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right. So, a lot of people say that they feel more tired or unmotivated in the winter. Why do you think the winter blues even happen?
Well, I think winter blues, we have shorter days, so there's less sunlight, cold weather and such. So that definitely contributes to people kind of feeling that winter blues, as you mentioned. One thing I want to definitely talk about, though, before we get into it, is understanding that the winter blues is not something that's isolated to one person. A lot of people feel the winter blues, so it is totally normal for you to feel that this time of year, and just understand that you're not alone. That's just really important, I think, before we get started.
Yeah. What are some simple things students can do during the school day to boost their mood?
You can definitely move your body. I know that sounds difficult when you're sitting in a classroom or something like that, but take time in between classes to maybe take the long way during passing period. I know it's hard, but stay off your cell phone during that time. Stay active. Make sure that you take advantage of whatever physical activity you do have built in your day, such as a PE class or if you're in a weights class or something like that. Another thing that you can do is try not to feel overwhelmed. One thing that I want to mention is focus on little things. So maybe tackle one missing assignment or focus in on one class. Don't try to do it all at once. If you do that, you're going to feel overwhelmed. So just kind of take it one step at a time during the school day.
And what about outside of school? Are there activities you recommend that help in brighten the winter season?
Yeah, absolutely. It might seem counterproductive, but sleep is so important. Especially getting 8 to 10 hours of solid sleep time is really important. Don't get on your phone. Don't doom scroll, that sort of thing. Just make sure that you kind of turn that phone off before you go to bed a half hour or so and get a really good night's sleep. That's going to be important. And then also get some sunlight. Get up in the morning, open your blinds, step out on your porch. Just take some time to get sunlight because that's going to be really important for sure.
You kind of already talked about this, but students say it's hard to stay active when it's freezing outside.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other tips for staying active even when we'd rather be wrapped in our blankets?
Yeah. So I was laughing earlier with them. I told them, when I was younger, it was easy. We had commercials. So when I would be watching my favorite TV show or something like that, I could take that 2 or 3 minute break and get up and be active and go do something. You guys now have ads, or maybe you pay for premium so you don't have those ads or something like that. So maybe when you're transitioning between TV shows or something like that, when you're streaming, just take a minute to get up, walk out to your mailbox, or take that moment to go check in with your sibling and say hi. Make that connection or something like that is really important. Don't just sit there stagnant for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Don't take, again, that break to jump on your cell phone or something like that. Use that time to either get up, be active, or make a connection of some kind, or, again, go out and get that sunlight a little bit. Yeah.
When you talk about connection, how important do you think staying connected with friends and family during the winter months really is?
Oh, it's really important. I mean, we mentioned that so many people struggle with this. So you might think that maybe you're the only person in your family or in your group of friends or in your network at school that's feeling this, but I can almost guarantee you're not. So taking the time to make connections is important, but make them authentically. Try to make screen-free connections. Write a letter, as outdated as that might sound, right? Find somebody maybe in your county that you see, maybe they're just a 5-minute trip down the road, or you can FaceTime with them, but instead write them a letter. When you're at school, write your friends a note. That was our kind of our old school social media. And it really is meaningful, and you can kind of keep those and always look back on them. So yeah, just find a way to make conversation at lunch. Again, that's some of the time you guys do get your phones here in the building, but that doesn't mean you have to, right? So use lunch as a way to connect, or use club time during homeroom, something like that, and just make sure it's authentic, for sure.
Yeah. Sometimes the winter blues can feel heavier than just being tired or down. When should someone reach out for help?
If you are feeling sad, exhausted, if you're struggling to find joy in things on a consistent basis, if you just kind of feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, we're in February now, and if March still seems too far away, that's definitely when you should reach out. If it's something that is consistently pulling you down, or if it's just, something that you just can't breathe from, you just can't kind of break the surface, then that's definitely when you want to reach out, get help, talk to a parent, a guardian, go see your guidance counselor, your school social worker. Definitely want to access all of the resources that you have, for sure.
Those are some awesome tips, Mrs. Wilbur. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And that's it for today's episode of Behind the Microphone on WBTV Radio.
Remember, winter might be cold, but you don't have to face it alone.
Take care of yourselves, stay connected, and try out some of the tips that we learned today.
We'll be back next time with more stories, more voices, and more WeBo pride.
Stay warm, stars.